Hello, and thanks for listening to JoJo's Bizarre
Hello.
Podcast. My name is Mark. Once again, I'm joined by Jackie and Miles.
Hello.
And surprisingly, Miles is back in person again. He can't get enough.
Yeah, I'm just here.
For the heat wave.
Yeah,
Love that hot, humid New Jersey air.
I love it.
What, you don't have to take the turnpike when you get over here, right?
No, not anymore.
Are you going across 80 though?
80 pretty much the whole way.
Do you still find that there's a
I'll
time?
take 80 to...
You can't do the Californians. You probably could. But I think for us, we're mostly like, you don't take the parkway? Like, we're,
No, because those go up and down. I'm going left and right.
I know. I'm saying though, I'm like, what's the equivalent of like Jersey natives talking about local roads,
Oh, I see. I don't know. For us,
Yeah.
people know about the parkway. They know about the turnpike. They know about 17. They know about 4. They know about 3. They know about...
All right. Well, we don't have to get that.
208.
We don't have to get that specific, guys. I just meant, the general thing is what being like, oh, you take the turnpike the whole way down? Like
405,
this is
but
California.
there's too much traffic.
Yeah, this guy, we're not on the same page. This is a podcast about anime. There used to be more local transit talk, but we've become fragmented, and also we stopped driving for the most part. When I drive now, I am like, it's nice to listen to music. Yippee.
What do you mean?
Like I used to commute in, not just drive, but I used to commute in 5 days a
I
week,
see.
and I don't do that now. And Jackie doesn't commute in almost ever.
I'm going to do it tomorrow.
I don't need to commute. There is no commute.
You don't have a world, although the World Cup hasn't really fucked with traffic. I think they've been pretty good about it.
Not in the morning.
Oh, that's true. But yeah, this is about anime. It's not about JoJo's even. I know it's called JoJo's Bizarre Podcast, but we haven't covered JoJo's for a hot minute because they love to take long, stupid breaks. And so while we wait for Steel Ball Run to do episode 2,
When was episode 1? I don't even remember.
I don't know.
It was in like March.
I was going to say, do you guys want to take bets on when it was?
I think Jackie's right.
It was March 1981. That's how long it's been.
Holy shit.
It's been years. So while we're waiting for Steel Ball Run to get a second fucking episode, we're talking about other stuff. But hey, thankfully, it gave us time to take a Pride Month.
What if we watched that one episode every week until
You've suggested this.
until the new one comes out? Okay.
It would be it'd be bad. I think it'd be bad. I think a lot of the time what would happen is we would just be like, ugh, we're not watching it again, right? Just fucking. It would be funny though to try and remember it each time, and just like at the end of it, people would be like, you got so many details wrong. But like we start to believe it by the end of it.
Do you think you'd be like just watching it once a week, how much do you think you'd memorize of Japanese?
Oh, that might be a good way to learn,
Yeah.
actually. You'd end up sounding like a fucking cartoon,
Let's
but
do it.
you could do it.
I'll do it on my own.
So yeah, since it is Pride Month, it's about to be over, but we're covering our 5th anime with LGBT themes or characters. And so this week we are talking about Kaze to Ki no Uta, or the poem of wind and trees, which is kind of obscure, but apparently the manga it's from is pretty foundational to the boys love comic genre and to girls magazine history. And there was a 1987 OVA that is an hour long, and we are talking about it. I don't think you can get it any official way, so you kind of gotta reach around in the dark to find it. It's not that hard.
Did they ever make a serial anime
No,
of it? No.
this is it.
Okay.
Oh, they should.
You'd think so.
I feel like it's good.
We'll get into the details.
I like the poems and the
I do like the
music
poems.
and like classical music.
Yes, I agree. The aesthetics are on point
Yeah.
for this show. And listener, it's only an hour. If you're like, I don't know if I care about an ancient yaoi type thing, stuff happens in this movie, in this video, and it's aesthetically it's very cool. So before we talk about the events and the history of Kaze to Ki no Uta, whose full name, by the way, I believe is, it's Kaze to Ki no Uta SANCTUS in all caps. And then it's, I think, Sei Naru Kana, which is a question.
Meaning?
Is it holy?
Oh.
Is it? I don't know. So let's take a look before we get into it in Correspondence Corner. What I mean is we're going to read emails or messages sent to us. You can write an email to jojosbizarrepod@gmail.com if you want us to talk to you via your email on the podcast. And you can also join the Discord. There should be a link to do so in the description of this podcast episode. And you can use the Correspondence Corner channel there, which I should probably load up. Load up on messages. Bring your eyes. Windows 11 sucks my thighs. Where the fuck is it? There it is. Let's see. This email is from Marco, and the subject line is, "You'll read this at Wednesday between 7 to 9 p.m. Sure. That's what time it is. There is a Google button to summarize this email. I'm clicking it. Ooh, wow, that's tough, Marco. It only gave you 2 lines. Anyway.
What's the Google summary?
Marco suggested watching anime Record of Ragnarok, specifically Season 2, Episodes 12 through 15. Marco provided stand renames for Part 5 and plans to share Part 6 renames next week.
Okay.
Let's see if it's accurate.
That's a summary.
So hi, JJB Pod, Advanced Collective of Professional Synergy. I was thinking to propose you to watch an anime called Record of Ragnarok. It's a very nice anime which is inspired by the Egyptian version of the Ragnarok, in which there is a tournament with 13 battles between every mythological god, but without God, even though there are every other Christian things. And famous historical figures like Jack the Ripper, Okita Soji, and Qin Shi Huang. Again, unfortunately, I am broke, and for that I can only suggest it to you, but if you like the historical background of some deities like Shiva, for example, and famous historical figures like Qin Shi Huang, it might like to someone if you land a... What? It might like to someone? Someone might like it, I think is what you're going for there. If you were to watch it just once, I would suggest you watching my favorite fight, which is from Season 2, Episodes 12 through 15. And now, without further ado, I'll rename the rest of the Part 5 stands, and next week I will do the renames for the 26 stands of Part 6. Okay. So Moody Blues would become Replay by Iaz. That's pretty good. He's like a VCR replay. I like it. Sex Pistols could be Shoot to Thrill by AC/DC. That's like a 1-to-1. That's not an upgrade necessarily. Although I guess they are Sex Bullets. They're not Sex Pistols. Man in the Mirror would be Behind These Hazel Eyes by Kelly Clarkson. IDK. Okay. I don't know about that one. Grateful Dead could be Fade to Black by Metallica. Okay. Talking Head's Miscommunication. Oh, Talking Head could be Miscommunication by Rücksop. I've seen this 100 times, never pronounced it.
I've never said it like that.
Kraftwerk could be instead Renegade Soundwave, which is by Renegade Soundwave. The White Album could be Freeze Frame by the J. Guile Band. Mr. President could be Up and Away by Mr. President. Spice Girl could be Elastic Heart by Sia. That's pretty good. Black Sabbath could be Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold. I disagree. Epitaph could be named Pink Floyd. Okay, just the band. Oasis could be Digging in the Dirt by Peter Gabriel. Fun fact about me, thanks to a friend of mine, I found out I have the same birthday as Araki, July 7th, or maybe that's June 7th, because of Europe. Fun fact, did you know that in JoJo there's always a Joe Bro, a Joe Pet, a Joe Hater, and a...
What is it, 6-7 or 7-6?
6-7.
Well, it's written as 07/06.
Okay.
So if he's from Europe, then it's June 7th.
Well, we can find out.
Or July 6th.
Araki's birthday is June 7th.
Okay. I think we may have even said happy birthday. I think Marco dropped it. It was his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Marco.
In JoJo, there's always a Joe Bro, a Joe Pet, a Joe Hater, and a Joe Dumbass. Wow. And then he lists all 6 parts, and I'm not going to get into it. But yeah, there is like a dum-dum in every part. I don't know if Speedwagon's a dumbass, though.
I don't think he is either.
I might give it to like that little boy. In part 1. Let's see. Miles, do you want to read this one from Chad?
Yes. Chad, the subject line is, sorry, I didn't manage to write in for nearly all of Pride Month. That's suspect, Chad. Aloha, JJB Pod Ohana. Let's take a look at some voice connections for The Palm of Wind and Trees. Student Superintendent General Rosemarine Arion was voiced by Yoshiko Sakakibara. She was the older voice of Sir Integra Helsing from all of the Helsing adaptations, and is the voice of the narrator for hit modern series Jujutsu Kaisen. Extremely messed up and terrible groomer August Bo was voiced by the late Kaneto Shozawa. He voiced Balrog/Vega/Claw in both the Street Fighter II animated movie and the Street Fighter II-V animated series. He was also the voice of Vampire Hunter D in the first OVA, and the effeminate-looking enlisted criminal Benton from Cyber City 08008. Wow, legend.
Bishonen legend.
Surge's good friend Carl Meiser was voiced by Tsutomu Kashiwakura, who also voiced Gene Starwin from the space action series Outlaw Star. We should watch that.
Yeah.
Dormitory Dean Francois Watts was voiced by Juurota Kosugi, who was also the voice of Part 3 JoJo Jotaro Kujo in both the 90s and 2000s OVAs. He also voiced OG JoJo Jonathan Joestar in the 2000s OVA as well. Notorious upperclassman Jacques Dren was voiced by Sho Hayami, who also voiced the TV version of Part 3 enemy stand user Vanilla Ice. Sorry I didn't make time to write in for all the past Pride Month picks. Hope everyone had a great Pride Month. Here's looking forward to seeing what anime make it into next year's lineup. Mahalo, Chad. P.S. If you had to go back in time and redo high school, except this time you have to attend a fancy upper crust boarding school, how do you think you'd fare?
I think I'd have a 1-to-1 with Gilbert of this movie. It'd be 1-to-1. That's a test to see who watched this. I don't know. I want to say I'd have a worse time. This seems tough, and I did really bad in school.
So how could it be worse?
I guess there's no escape.
Yeah.
And I feel like kids are all more acutely aware of how everyone's doing. You don't have like a home life. It's probably more competitive. I don't know. I don't know.
That's true.
It just seems harder.
I've never thought about it really.
I'm also a Jew. 19th century France probably is not super chill.
It's not necessarily 19th century.
Okay,
France.
you're right. It's upper crust. You ever see Primary Colors?
Is that the one with is
I think it's Brendan Fraser.
And he's a Jew in it?
Yeah, which is bullshit.
And he stands outside and he's like, I'm a Jew.
I don't think that's what he says. I'm not entirely sure, but I do remember.
But he does yell at like the dorms.
He does. Right? There's something where someone hangs a swastika up in his room. And I just remember seeing a clip of that. And I think he like snatches it down with one hand. And I remember being like, wow, that was really cool. He just like snatched it with one hand. It looked cool. Other than that, I don't know much about it.
Okay. I think I have seen it. I don't know how we would do it in upper crust boarding school.
Yeah. We need to know, are we the minorities is what we need to know.
Well, I also want to know, do I redo it with the knowledge that I have now? Or does my, like who I was in high school do it?
Like literally you go back in time.
Yeah.
High school you.
I think high school me could not do it. It would be really bad. I would not have friends. I think me now could probably fake it till I make it and like be okay.
That's interesting.
Well, yeah, now it's easy because you're like, none of this fucking matters. You know what I mean?
And I know more things now than I did when I was in high school too. So I would like...
We would crush social studies. We'd school the teachers probably.
No.
I feel like I would tolerate that situation less though, like having to share space with a bunch of fucking teen boys. I would hate that.
That's true.
As an adult.
Yeah.
Like I might be able to tolerate
right.
it
You wouldn't get
as a fellow disgusting teen boy.
Yeah, everybody's jokes would be stupid to me.
I don't know. There's some high school jokes I still laugh at. There's all these 11-year-olds making memes, and some of them are funny.
You're still like a little bit of like a teenager at heart.
Oh yeah. But you could also, all the kids would worship you if you were like, you want to know what sex is like, and you could just tell them, and then they would all just like listen to you so they could hear stories.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's had sex. That's what you could do.
Well, it sounds great.
Just a good time. Thanks for writing, people. Do we have any messages in correspondence corner in the Discord? I don't recall.
I think we do. Yes.
Is this Clit Rocket
From
one?
Clit Rocket.
From Clit Rocket. Welcome back, Clit Rocket. We got Street Fighter. We got Mortal Kombat. Spelled combat with a C. What classic arcade game would you turn into a movie? If you can't think of one, I'll take any other game. No, you have to think of an arcade game. If you can't think of an arcade game, one will be chosen for you. That's what I say. I think a one-to-one conversion of the game Tapper would be a great film, where a man has to serve beer across 5 different bars, and if he doesn't catch the empties fast enough, then he loses.
Okay.
It's a perfect arcade game. Or no, it's just Tapper.
Movie.
It's just Tapper.
It's just Tapper.
There's no Dance Dance Revolution movie. You know?
Is there any like attempt at a story in that game? Or is it
DDR?
just- yeah.
So there are characters, if you remember, there used to be like background characters that would dance. Then they got rid of it. Then they brought them back. And I remember reading, there's like a song I was looking up, like, well, like who made this? And then they were like, this is one of 3 songs to feature the character, blah, blah, blah. And then like there was some line that was like, but after the event, blah, 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 then the character appears with like black accents. And it's like, wait, there's like these characters are like changing and becoming evil. So there's like some like half-hearted attempts at lore, but mostly no, it's a fucking dancing game.
Does Time Crisis was one of the big arcade shooters?
That would be good.
Which one is that? That might be the one I was thinking of. Is that the one with the aliens or no?
You're thinking maybe of Area 51?
Yeah.
Miles, Time Crisis is the one where you have a pedal and a gun.
Yes.
And you step on the pedal to pop out from cover and shoot, and you release the pedal to duck behind cover.
Okay, okay.
And you have to like aim off screen to reload.
No. You're thinking of House of the Dead.
Oh, brother.
Time Crisis, you release the pedal to hide and reload.
I see.
I could beat Time Crisis 2 on like 2 credits. I played it so much.
Anyway, is there anything there?
I remember in Time Crisis 2, a big dude swings a missile around. That was pretty fun.
I would see that on the big screen.
Yeah. Also, many other fighting games would be fun. King of Fighters, super fun.
Surely there is King of Fighters media.
Dead or Alive.
That's true. There is a very bad, apparently, King of Fighters live action film. You're right. And there's a Dead or Alive film.
There is?
Yeah. Both are supposed to be absolute shit from an ass.
Yeah, but
Is
is
it
it sexy?
Is it a live action? It's a live action?
Both. Yeah. Both of them have live actions. I think one of them has, what's her name? Devon Aoki. And it's like, she's attractive, but like, you think Dead or Alive, you think about
Yeah.
big milk cannons,
Yeah.
you know?
I think you either have to cast like porn stars or
Yes.
every woman in the movie needs to put fake tits on.
Yeah. Those have gotten really good. They're really good at these like fake rubber boob harnesses.
Yeah.
No offense to the itty bitty titty committee, you know, all bodies are beautiful.
Or
but
just like average boobs, because you can't have average boobs. They have to be the size of like basketballs.
yes, they have to be softballs velcroed on
Yeah.
to chests. But like Samurai Showdown would be fun, like to have like a samurai epic that features monsters, you know? There's games like that, but not that many movies.
True.
I'd like to see samurais fuck up some kind of big ass demon. That'd be sick.
You were really well prepared for this question, and I wasn't.
This is the first time I've read it.
I know, but
Just
it just seems like it's in your wheelhouse.
it's really in my wheelhouse.
These look like regular women, like human.
Miles has
women.
pulled up the poster for Dead or Alive.
It's Tara Reid.
Yeah, sure. Attractive if you're just the whitest white man of 2005 or whatever. Sure.
Oh no, I don't know. I'm sorry. It's Jamie Presley.
I think she's very attractive. I will. Tara Reid's not my thing. Jamie Presley, she's hot for sure.
Wait, which movie is it?
DOA, I think it's called.
It's called
DOA.
DOA, Dead or Alive. It's from 2006. Why didn't we see this together in theaters?
Because it's supposed to be very bad. Look, I will watch these. The other problem is like I've played a few DOAs, but like I'm not attached to the characters. You know,
It's a character-driven game, Mark.
they all fighting games are. But if Tina or whoever does something out of character, I'm just like, whatever. I don't even perceive it. Street Fighter, I'm going to walk out of that movie. All these people are enjoying the new Street Fighter. There's a new movie coming out, Miles, and they're just going camp with it. They're just like having fun, and people are like, that's the way to do it. Not me. I don't like that.
You want it serious?
I want it straight. Like the anime. But I will walk out as soon as, Dalsim does something out of character.
They got a real director for this. It's Corey Yen.
For DOA?
Yeah.
What did he do? Oh, wow.
He has a long...
I asked and then I clicked on his Wikipedia.
Filmography.
Fist of Fury.
I'm looking at the actors and they do not look like the characters they're supposed to play. And also looking at the poster, I'm like,
why is her head about to come off?
Doesn't look right.
Most posters are like the Photoshop, the head is coming off, but
they're not dressed like the DOA characters. They don't really have the hair. At least the 3 girls in the
oh man,
in the thing.
The King of Fighters film poster is sad. It's also directed by a Hong Kong filmmaker, Gordon Chan. But the King of Fighters is just they're all in black, they're too cool to do bright colors.
Come on.
We got to stop. Ooh, $12 million budget for King of Fighters, box office $500,000.
Oof.
Kyo Kusanagi, played by Sean Faris. Okay.
It's familiar to me. Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, I thought you meant a white guy playing an Asian guy.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
This I would watch more and laugh at, because I know the characters for King of Fighters better. They could do a Killer Instinct move. I don't really care about KI. Anyway, thanks for writing. Thanks for setting off my special interest trigger. Still, before we get into the show, if you want to support our podcast, you can go to patreon.com/JJBpod. We have a few different tiers there, but they're all pretty cheap. You get access to the Patreon feed, which has some extra content. If you pledge at $3 or above, we will say thank you to you on the podcast using your chosen alias. You can set it to be whatever you want. For $15 for 1 month, just 1 month, please don't keep subscribing. We will do an episode of the podcast about an anime of your choice. We'll only watch 3 episodes, but that's pretty good, I think. So let's say thank you to our $3 and above patrons.
So thank you, Charles Foster Kane,
Billy,
Sugar Teeth,
Koichi, whom I hate,
Gen X Anime Dad and Shadow Pabs,
Josh,
I love JoJo, Uwu,
Kassoon,
Jumbo,
Katie Cat,
Bloof,
Kenny,
Eileen,
the stand user formerly known as Austin,
Tim,
Ren,
and Chad.
Oh. Oh.
That's all you get.
Okay.
But thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Kaze toki no da sanctus sei ni naru kana? Was that it? Sei naru kana? Fuck. I already forgot it. We watched Kaze toki no da sanctus sei naru kana.
Racy.
It's a racy movie. It's got heavy topics.
True.
It's got...
I didn't think it was that heavy.
Here you go,
we need to talk about it.
Well, Jackie, you know it has rape in it.
Yeah, but it's... I feel like just everything's a little bit...
Oh, but it's fine? Is that what you were going to say?
I feel like everything's just a little bit violent.
Yes.
I don't know.
It has incest. Did you know about that? I don't know if you do from the film.
Who's incest?
It has pedophilia.
Okay, yeah. Some of the guys look older than...
Yeah.
Like, do you go to this school?
Yeah. It's heavy. But yeah, the poem of Wind and Trees was based on a manga that ran from 76 to 84.
Who's the incest?
Well, we're going to find out. Because we know you don't know. It was 17 volumes worth of manga, so it was a lot.
Wow.
It was published in 2 different girls' magazines that I love. The first one is just called Weekly Shoujo Comic. Like another placeholder name they forgot to fucking update.
Very businesslike.
And then for the last few years, Petite Flower.
Oh, beautiful.
What a great name. Yes, written by Keiko Takemiya. And while this was not like the first shonen-ai, a boys' love that features these feminine, beautiful-looking men, it was the first to cover these heavy topics, these social topics, violent sex, and like I said, incest, and politics apparently enters the equation as well. So
do we know anything else that this author did?
Yeah, I don't think we've really heard of them. Let me see. I think she did Toward the Terra. That might be her. Natsue no Tobira. I feel like I know a song from that, but I don't know. I don't know much about it otherwise. And that's really it. Those are the few. Andromeda stories. I don't know what else that is. She's done some sci-fi. She's done some boys love. Apparently, it took her 7 years to get this to be greenlit. And even then, she was worried about the edits because of all the gay sex, that she submitted it like right at the deadline. So they were like, fuck. And they just like couldn't really give her that much feedback. They just ran it in the magazine. But it was a huge success. It won the Shogakukan Manga Award. This is the only video adaptation. There was like a side story. She wrote like a 48-page sort of sequel in the 2000s, I think. From this, she consulted on the magazine that came after called June. That was previously, these kinds of stories were in girls' magazines and they may have had manga, but after this, June was founded, and that's a magazine that's just about boys' love. That's just about yaoi, so to speak. Have we talked about what yaoi stands for? I think I've talked about it in previous years.
I don't remember.
Let's refresh our memories.
So yaoi is sort of like a self-critical, like deprecating term, because it mostly used to be fan-made art. It wasn't official. It was just people drew their own comics. And it is short for, if you take apart ya, o, and i, yamanashi, which means no climax, no peak, right? Ochinashi, no punchline, no ending. And iminashi, no meaning. So no climax, no
punchline,
ending, no meaning. Yeah. And so it's sort of just self-deprecating that it's like amateurs who don't know how to write a story and have deep meaning. It's just like, here's dudes being romantic and having sex.
I see.
So that's yaoi. But yeah, all these terms get thrown around. I guess shonen-ai is just because they're so beautiful looking. We can get into some analysis that I looked up as to why this genre is so appealing. But otherwise, yeah, it's just an hour-long romp of bad stuff and it being put very beautifully.
Do we know? I'm guessing this doesn't cover nearly all of the ground that the manga does. Like
17 volumes is a lot.
Yeah.
This is like a mixture of like memories and then a vague plot. I can tell you what happens ultimately in the end. I did read that. When this came out in 87, this was contemporary with Dragon Ball, Saint Seiya, City Hunter. The studio is Triangle Staff, who did Macross, Serial Experiments Lane, and Hallelujah 2 Boy. The author was obviously inspired by European art and probably the Italian homoerotic film Death in Venice. And Keiko Takemiya was part of an informal group called Year 24, which was like a bunch of shoujo manga artists. And she was roommates with Moto Hagio, who did They Were 11. And this took place in 1887. Did you guys know, I don't think they tell you that Serge is half Romani.
I read that somewhere.
They call him a gypsy or something. Or they say he looks like a gypsy.
Gotcha.
Yes, they mention that.
Okay.
And he's supposedly his mother is like illegitimate somehow. Like his father is a noble and his mother is not.
I think that's the thing with him, because Gilbert also has a fucked up childhood. One of them is definitely illegitimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the orphaned son of a French viscount.
Okay.
So I think the illegitimate one might be Gilbert. Yeah, Gilbert is a...
Why don't you just say Gilbert?
I'm sorry, but I like the soft G.
Gilbert.
Gilbert Gottfried is an illegitimate child.
Mm-mm.
I saw him once on 18th Street.
Gilbert Gottfried?
Yeah.
In real life?
In real life.
What'd you say?
Nothing. Somebody else was already talking to him.
Classy.
I kept it moving, you know?
My first note is that Serge is too nice. Serge is the most patient 14-year-old boy I've ever seen in my life.
So they kind of set the scene. They say it's 1887, Lacon Blade Academy. We see a boy with dark hair in a top hat knocking on a door saying like, Gilbert, I'm going to say Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Oh, wait, no, not even. Sorry, we don't even get that yet. First, it's like an older guy with blonde hair is like walking through the school. And he's saying like, oh, I remember this and stuff like that. And he's like saying like,
I remember your dad.
You're all the same, but he's like, I'm the same, but you're all different. And it looks like it's a Catholic school. And then there's Rosemarine, who is a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I had a hard time with that because later when the two main boys are introduced, I thought they were girls.
Yeah.
Because they look kind of like girls, and they're both voiced by women who aren't, they're very soft sounding. Like they don't do the like, it's not like Ash Ketchum, who's also voiced by a girl, but it's like, he's kind of like a spunky guy, like.
Oh, Pikachu.
Yeah. Like. It just, I was like, this could be a lesbian story.
Yeah, it could be, except they are constantly getting naked, but you don't see dongs, you just see square flat chests.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boy chest.
Anyway, Rosemary, and so that when I saw them, I was like, wait a minute, is Rosemary not a girl? Like maybe because Rosemarine could just be a fancy lad. You know what I mean? Like she could be like.
The funny thing is she's voiced by a lady who does have a husky voice because as Chad wrote in, she is Integra Hershing.
Yeah.
She is that husky lady. I loved her design. I loved her hair.
Yeah.
She has those like spiral ponytails.
Did you like her purple eyes?
Yes. I liked her purple eyes. I wanted her to hit me. Nice little step.
There's a lot of hitting in this movie.
So much hitting.
Everybody slaps each other and stuff and hits each other. So Rosemarine is talking about this guy named Jack getting expelled. We never find out, I think, why he gets expelled, or do we? I don't think we do. And I don't know if this is a flashback or if this is like happening.
Yeah, it's confusing in the
with
beginning.
The older blonde guy. Is the older blonde guy supposed to be Gilbert?
No, it's the same teacher we see. We see him a little bit in the flashbacks that he's a teacher.
Oh.
He looks basically the same.
It's just to establish that Serge, the main boy, his dad went to the same school. And this teacher is like, oh, your dad was my upperclassman when I was going here. Right?
And he's taking Serge on a tour of the school like years later.
So I have a question. Why do you guys say... So I say Gilbert. I also say Sergei.
Well, he's not Russian.
But it sounded like that's what they were saying in Japanese.
I didn't hear that.
Okay. Because I feel like that's more of a name. But anyway, Serge is fine too.
I'm fine with Gilbert.
Okay.
You're also biased.
Why am I biased?
You have a cousin named Gilbert.
I also have a cousin named... No, that's Sergio.
But that's basically Serge.
Which is basically Serge, yeah.
Sergio.
It's Sergio in Spanish. But I also have... Actually, my great-grandfather's name was Gilberto.
Gilberto.
I hope his life was better than this kid's.
Yeah. But there were three Gilbertos in my family. My great-grandpa, my great-uncle, and my second cousin.
Okay.
Anyway, it's a family name. There's a guy named Pascal Biscuit or something.
It's like Bisquick.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Pancake Bisquick, I think.
And he's learning Latin. I don't know. They show flashbacks to him.
I don't think they're really speaking Latin, by the way. I think they're just going like...
At the beginning, it's Latin, but then it becomes gibberish.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. It sounded a little like Spanish to me. That's why I was like, this is Latin.
Oh, I didn't hear any Romance.
Well, it sounded like a Japanese person trying to speak Spanish. That's why I heard like some words that sounded like Spanish to me. Because it's like they're gonna have that accent. Yeah. Oh, also like this older guy, I guess he's the teacher, is like talking to the camera as if it's a character.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Which I was like, who? Like he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to do this and this. Like he's talking to us. Okay, and then that's when we get the part where this mysterious, sweet-sounding boy in a top hat with dark hair is like knocking on a door, and he goes in, and he's like, he's like, Gilbert, it's me. And then he opens the door, and Gilbert is there, and he's a blonde boy with poofy hair in his face.
Very pretty, pretty girl face
over one eye. Yeah, later we get a better look at him, and I thought he was a different character. I thought he was a woman. When he's fucking, what's his name, like Dern or something?
Dren.
Close.
Laura
Dren.
And then we see a little love poem to Gilbert, and it's like there's like beautiful music playing, and they put up the love poem, and there's like, I don't know, like a wind and leaves and...
Yeah, the poem goes across the screen. Like, if no one reads it, it's just there's like a cool montage of stuff happening. Like maybe the plot advancing, maybe not.
No, there's a montage of like nature.
It's just nature?
Yeah.
It's not like people riding in carriages? Okay.
Right? I don't know. It was just like pretty things. Like B-roll.
Yeah, it's just like a tribute. And it's like, it's pretty beautiful language where it's like, you and I were as plants flowering, blooming together, not scattered leaves, blah, blah, blah.
It's like, Gilbert, you were the wind in my branches.
Something. Yeah, which is interesting because most of this movie, you don't really get the sense that Serge is like, if it's supposed to be Serge writing Gilbert, you don't get the sense that Serge is like a romantic partner for Gilbert and he feels all these things towards him.
I mean, I was kind of getting like this is how they start to get to know each other and like each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, for an hour of work to correspond to 17 volumes, it's...
Yeah, we get there at the end a little bit.
I think like, I read a bunch of the reviews on myanimelist.net, and I think this is similar to like Ghost in the Shell or not even, but there's certain like OVAs and movies where it's like, hey, this is basically like a strong advocate for you to just read the fucking comic. You know, Ghost in the Shell, actually, the ratio is off. Like, there's way less Ghost in the Shell than there is Kaze Toki. But people feel like this is like a good little prelude, and then they're like, you should read the manga now if you want to really get all the beautiful art and really see all of the twists and turns and know what happened to these characters.
Serge has great eyelashes. And he starts this school, and he's assigned a room. And he hasn't met his roommate. He knows that his roommate is Gilbert. Or Gilbert. But he hasn't met him yet. And so he's like, I wonder what he's like.
I just haven't met him yet.
And then in the middle of the night, someone, like he's asleep. In the middle of the night, someone comes in to the room and is like making a lot of noise. And so the kid wakes up. Serge wakes up. And he like kind of walks over to the door. And then he feels someone grab his leg, and that startles him. I guess Gil like fell. He was like drunk or something.
Yeah, we don't know.
He grabs his leg, and that startles Serge. And then Gil kind of comes up, like eye level to him, and like grabs him, and like kind of seems like he's gonna kiss him. And Serge pushes him away. He's like, "What? Who are you?" You know. And then it seems like this guy is sick or something.
Like Gilbert can't breathe, I think.
Yeah, so he calls for help. He tries to find somebody that will help. And another student, I guess the what did they say? I don't know, the head of their class, or like some guy wasn't there. Like the headmaster wasn't there.
Yeah, I don't remember.
The headmaster wasn't in the dorm, so some other student came to help, and he knows CPR or something. And so he tries to resuscitate him, and he just does a lot of mouth to mouth, basically, which is.
And Serge is like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm giving him air. Don't look at me weird."
And oh yeah, his name, the kid that helps is Pascal Biscuit or whatever.
Yep, Pasquale from Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, and we learned that a pinky up in Japan means like, oh, that guy's a little
he's
gay.
A little gay boy, 45.
Yeah, puts his pinky up when he drinks tea.
It's just polite, man.
Yeah. But that was the thing.
How many? Can we get a quick survey? How many fingers off the glass?
It depends on how little the glass is.
Yeah.
If it's small, then just like 2.
I think I'm
or just even just it's just like thumb.
just the thumb and the forefinger.
Yeah, if it's really small.
I think just the pinky's fine. I don't know if I need to do more.
Just the pinky out.
Yes. Just drinking with the pinky is impressive. It's like acrobat, just balancing.
It's like rock climber exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That was
apparently
a useless side
there's
step.
isn't there also a thing in Japanese where you kind of put your hand to your
You
face?
put the back of your hand to this, and that's like a rumor of like, but he's gay.
Yeah, but you don't even have to say the words. You just put your hand to your face like you're telling a secret. You just put your hand to your face.
But here
like,
you just do this. You go.
Yeah, the hand flap is like, I guess, the American version of that.
Your hand is like a wilted leaf.
Yeah.
Over. No one does that anymore, though.
I guess not.
Is it normalized? Is it finally okay to be gay?
Yeah, it's okay to be gay.
Oh, okay. Now, if you're a straight man and you want to indicate that a man is gay, you mime out sucking a dick, like very realistically to your male friends. And then you all go, wow, we're normal.
And they're like, can you stop? That's a lot. Okay, we get it.
And half of your friends are like, keep going.
We get it. We get it. So yeah, when then one kid comes up to him and starts telling him like, yeah, don't be weird about, don't be prejudiced or whatever against your roommate. Just like, can you just try being his roommate? And I don't know why he does that, but he's just like, hey, just be cool with this guy.
Is that Carl? Because like Carl, I feel like comes out of nowhere.
He seems like has some sort of leadership position. Like at least he takes it upon himself to try to make Serge feel comfortable.
Could be. And then meanwhile, we cut to this guy, Darren. What's his name? Dren having sex with what I thought was a woman at the time.
Yeah, at the very beginning, I was like, okay, because the boy, he's like on top and he's like throwing his hair back and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know the boys in this are really pretty, but this looks like a lady.
And it's a woman voice actor who is not really trying to sound like a boy, I think. And then like the sheet kind of comes down a little bit and you see that like
he's got square boy chest.
The chest is not a lady's chest. So it's like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, oh, that's Gilbert then. But I didn't think it was him. And then
briefly, I think Gilbert like resets a clock and he's like, you can have 15 more minutes or something. Like he's timing him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Gil looks like he's enjoying it. I'm writing Gil because that's how I wrote it down, but his name is Gilbert. Gilbert.
He makes noises and stuff like he's enjoying it, but I think it's still mostly transactional. And then it seems like there's
you think he's like prostituting himself or something?
I think so. And
that makes sense.
It's a quid pro quo thing too, where he's like, all right, if you do that, doesn't he say something like then you'll do this for me later?
Gets reports, he said.
He gets reports?
Like I assumed it was schoolwork.
Oh, okay. I thought they were kind of hinting at what is kind of happening later, which is that Dren wants a shot at Serge, or so Gilbert thinks, that Dren wants to have sex with Serge.
No.
Isn't it?
I
don't know. I missed that, if that's a thing.
I forget what it was, but Gilbert said something like, if you do this or if you...
He wanted him to beat up Serge because he wanted the room to himself again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why he like chloroformed him.
Gotcha. Yeah. I thought he did because he's like, he chloroforms him and then he's like, I'm going to dump him in the woods later. I thought in between he was going to have sex with him.
Oh, I don't think so.
That wasn't...
I think he was just trying
to
get him out of there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm writing my own even more salacious fanfic.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't wait.
I missed the transactional stuff there, so I guess I see why you guys
I'm going to look up a synopsis.
There's probably everything that I thought was like, they're just having fun is actually like not that.
Well, Serge is so what we know is Serge is new to the school and he finds out his roommate is just fucking guys.
Yeah. And then Serge goes to sleep. So he goes back to his room and Gil is there and Serge tries to kind of care for Gil because he was sick.
Mhm.
And so he's like, hey, how you doing? Are you feeling okay? Do you still have a fever? Let me, do you want some water? Like he tries to like help. Are you taking your medicine? And Gil like slaps him and is like, how dare you? Don't touch me and don't give me orders. Cause he wasn't like asking questions. He was like, you should do this and that and this and that. And Gil didn't like that. He was like, don't give me orders.
Yes, Serge is very noble. He's like he always tries to take the high road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Serge, he gets slapped, but he just is just like, I guess I offended him. Why is he like that? And then he goes to sleep at night. They go to sleep. And then in the middle of the night, he hears someone wake up and move around. And it's Dern is his name?
Dren.
Laura Dern.
Dren. It's my phone kept auto-correcting him to Darren, so I cannot know his name, but it's Dren. Got it. And it's, and he just like, he was waiting under the bed the whole time, apparently. And he chloroforms, or what is it? Ethanol? Ether? I don't know.
Ether, yes, not chloroform.
He disses him in a rap song.
Yeah. Then he tries to go and Dren goes to sleep with Gil again while Serge is knocked out. And
I think.
And Gil is like, I wasn't planning on sleeping with you. And he's like, come on, the ether will keep your roommate asleep for a while. I'm a much better lay than Blau.
I think
Bluff.
Bluff. Yeah, Jackie, though, the way you're phrasing it, it sounds like he's trying to convince him. He's not. Like, Dren is climbing on top of him, trying to open his legs.
And then he gets raped, yeah.
Okay.
Basically. But it seems like he likes it, though. So maybe it's not rape.
I mean, some of that might just be for, like, the
like,
yaoi reader
it's
gaze.
like an aggressive start, but then it's okay.
What I mean? Which is still rape. Let's keep that out there.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's like it starts out that way and then Gil kind of goes with it.
And it's also for the reader,
Well, it's like
it's fantasy.
Right. It's like you're here to have a good time. I think. To
a degree, there's definitely bad time stuff in here, I think. Not so much in the movie, but yeah.
And Serge wakes up and he sees that they're having sex and he realizes that he was knocked out. He smells the ether. He lights a lamp and he tells the guy to get the fuck out. And the guy is big. He looks older than them.
Yeah, and he's dressed like a pirate, kind of.
I don't know where this guy.
Has a big poofy shirt.
I don't know where this guy came from. Like, he doesn't go to the school. Like, who is he?
But all of the kids in the hall like know what's up.
Wait, but his name is Jack Dren. So is he the one that gets expelled in the beginning? Because then he must be a student. Maybe he's just like an upperclassman.
I perceived him as an upperclassman, but
okay, that could make that's fine then. And so he tries to kick the guy out, and the guy keeps like fighting him. And he's like, "This is my room too, and I will not allow disgusting behavior. If you must have sex, then like do it not in my room while I'm fucking in the room sleeping. Come on,
rude."
And the guy Dren is like, the things that we do are accepted by everyone. The things in this room, everyone knows what's going on. And so he tries to kind of convince him that way, but he's also like beating up the kid. And Serge is like, well, do it somewhere I don't have to watch. And Jack Dren punches him. And Serge is a little noble kid and is like, I will never allow someone to act violently.
Yeah, he's a little annoying, like 70s, 80s shonen boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a bit of like not an Amuro Ray. I don't know, somebody.
Yeah, and so they kind of are fighting a little bit, and Jack Dren is kind of kicking his ass.
He's a Jonathan, basically.
Yes,
he's a Jonathan Joestar. What
yeah,
am I talking
he's
about?
a Jonathan Joestar. Yeah, and Jack Dren is like, nobody cares what happens in this room. You should just change rooms if you don't like it. And Serge tells the guy to get out, and he pushes him out of the room, and he says, "Get out!" And
Speaking of JoJo,
Gilbert also says, "Get out," and so they're both saying, "Get out," and then Serge slaps Gil.
Yeah. I like when because Jack's like,
oh wait, no, he slaps him. He puts some PJs on him, and he's like, "Take your medicine, and I won't allow you to use me unfairly." And he forces him to drink water, and it like the water comes down his chest a little bit.
yeah, and they zoom in on that.
In a sexy way.
But I like when Jack gets pushed out of the room because at first he's like acting like such a shithead, and he's like, everyone knows stuff goes down in this room, but he still doesn't want people to see him exiting the room.
Yeah,
because they show shots of the other boys' doors, and they're like, wow, they're really going at it. Just hearing like the fight, and so Jack is like, wait, come on, let me back in the room. I don't want to have to walk out there. And then it's funny when he walks by, they're like, is that Jack? And then he just yells out like, shit, like walking down the hallway. He goes, chick show, like he's like, fuck, everyone sees me, fuck. I love it. I just like when someone's confidence is like all the way up here. Like he's like, no one's gonna fucking come help you. And then he's like, oh fuck, please, it's embarrassing. I don't want to go out there. Fucking dickhead.
Yeah. Serge is like thinking to himself or writing to himself or something, and he's like that he thought that he could change Gil. He thought that he could change Gil. And I'm like, but he changed you? Is that what happened? And he compares Gil to a harp with tight strings or something. Something weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was poetic. It was poetic and nice, but I just wrote down like Serge probably ends up falling in love with that sexy harp or whatever he calls him. And he tries to, I guess Gil tries to get Serge to kiss him, but that doesn't happen.
He keeps trying this.
Oh, right. They go to this like party with a bunch of people, a bunch of boys, because it's an all boys school.
They're all in like, the lounge.
And,
the parlor. And
Gilbert shows up late. And when he finally shows up, he like grabs Serge's hands and kind of pins him down and is like, you got to kiss me in front of everyone.
Well, because Serge,
and then I'll come into the party.
Yeah, because Serge tries to be like, hey, you have just as much of a right to be here as anybody else. Like he's trying to be really nice because he sees all the boys get quiet and look at Gil like, there goes the slut.
Right.
But then
it seems like the other boys don't really like that he's gay and slutty.
Yeah, they know his ass is for rent, and they know what he is. But Serge is trying to be like. It's also funny, every time Gil comes on to him, he's like, come on, we're both boys. Stop it. Like, he really doesn't get that, like, gay sex is a thing and this kid has it.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, come on in. Like, what's the big deal? And then Gil is the asshole who, grabs his hand and says, I'll come in if you kiss me in front of everyone.
Mm-hmm. And what does he do? He somehow gets out of it. He somehow gets out of the kiss.
Yeah.
He's like, you're going to let me go now. He gets like assertive,
but then the other boys start bullying him. They end
up bullying Gilbert.
They're like, pick up these hot chestnuts.
Yeah,
and I don't know why he's not just
because they put the chestnuts in the fire, so they were like
chestnuts
really hot.
In the fire.
Classic bullying technique.
Oh, and they take
a guy pick up hot chestnuts.
They take off his little tie. He had like a little like
a ribbon.
Like a ribbon. Like a little ribbon around his neck. And they take that off and they tease him and they throw chestnuts at him and they make him pick one up. Or they tried and he like, and then they're like, can you grab the one that's in the fire? And he almost does. And Serge is like, don't. And he puts out the fire with like a sand bucket.
Unnecessary. Well, first he kicks some of the ash over the fire and then he grabs a bucket of water and dumps it in there.
I think it was a bucket of sand. Or something like that. Or ash, I don't know. Whatever. And the room gets really smoky. And I don't know what happens after that. But
the teacher comes in.
The teacher who we see giving him the tour at the beginning of...
Oh, the Speedwagon looking ass?
Yeah.
He comes in and is like, everyone back to your rooms and you're all in trouble or whatever.
The next thing I have written down is that they go on like a field trip to Arles.
Yeah,
Arles?
They go into town.
Oh, Arles.
Yeah.
Like
Arles.
in Hot American Summer.
Yeah, it's the exact same stuff happens.
They let loose once a month in the town. Where they drink cider and pretend they're adults.
And we find out that Serge is a little piano man. Which of course he is.
Yeah.
He's Mr. Perfect. But then
I like his piano. I like his little classical music.
What
Piano
did he play?
songs. I don't know.
No, back then it was just regular music.
Yeah, it wasn't classical. It was just music.
He gets on the piano and he plays.
No, because there were different. There were different styles. There were different styles of piano.
That's true.
You could write a little like, because pianos were used to like entertain a lot, so they would have little like snappy songs.
Ragtime wasn't a thing yet,
but they would have little like funny songs.
I mean, stuff written in like the 1500s was certainly of a different genre or classification than stuff written in the 1800s.
Yeah, I don't know what he was playing or whether it was contemporary or old. For the time. But he gets a big round of applause, but then he freaks out because he sees
Gilbert on a
a
horse with
soldier.
Blow.
And the soldier is just an adult, right? This is bad.
Are you talking about Blow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read something here that seems to suggest that Blow and Dren are both older classmates, but yeah, Blow is dressed like an adult man.
Mm-hmm.
I got confused because there's Blow and there's Bow.
The thing is, these guys next to Gilbert and Serge look so much older because these boys look like
they're very petite.
They're very
they're
petite.
petite flowers.
They are. They're tiny. They're skinny. They're very delicate looking.
Little twinks.
They're little twinks.
Twinkies.
Pretty little twinks.
Real
and so
hostess
next
types.
to, I guess, these upper class men who look like men, it looks like problematic. So I don't know. I don't know what the actual age difference. I don't know what the age difference is. You know?
It's problematic regardless because there's a lot of forced sex happening.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of violence in general. Everybody's slapping each other. Everybody's hitting each other and pushing each other. So Serge sees Gilbert with this guy and he makes him jealous and he wants to leave after that. And then some guys bully him because they're like, "What do you mean you want to go see Gilbert? Like, stay here with us. We're having fun in the city."
When he sees Gilbert riding with Blow on a horse, and then he's like, "Gilbert," because I think he's sort of like, he's like, "What are you gonna do with that older classman?" But then Gilbert just laughs at him.
Mm-hmm.
He laughs an evil laugh. And yeah, it seems to me at this point, it seemed like Serge was worried about Gilbert, and they're all like, they're like, "Dude, who cares?"
Yeah, but later he says he was jealous.
Yes. But at the time, I just thought he was like worried about him because he is riding away with a maybe adult.
Mm-hmm.
And the other kids are like, "Man, don't worry about him.
Yeah.
He's just turning tricks."
And the guy that's like, this kid starts bullying him and he calls, he calls Gilbert the F slur.
Yeah. In Japanese, he calls him homo yaro. Yaro is like a word that gets added to stuff. I think like it's been
I thought it was like homoero. Like homoerotic.
I don't think that's what. I think it's homo. I think he says yaro.
Okay.
And if like you can say yaro just by itself in Japanese, and they often translate it in anime as bastard. But you can say baka yaro is like you damn idiot.
Okay.
Like it's mean.
Okay.
But I don't think it quite occupies the same thing as like slur territory. But they translate it straight up as
It's a mean word for a gay person. Like it's not a nice way to refer to someone.
No, probably not.
He calls him a dirty, in the subtitles it's dirty F word. And Serge is like, "How could you call him dirty? How could you say those things? How can you How can you say those things about Gilbert?"
He says all men are dirty. And he says you're dirty for talking about him like that.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty good.
So he defends Gilbert's honor, which is sweet. And then he leaves, he goes back to his room, and then Gilbert shows up and he takes his shirt off and like just lays in bed like he wants to go to sleep. And Serge is like, "Hey, I want to talk to you. Come over, get up here, put your shirt back on. Like, let's talk." And he said, "Giving your body to..." His name is Blough, but there's like 5 different ways to pronounce
I will
Ough.
find the Japanese for you.
I'm going to say Blau.
Bluff.
I will say blow.
Bluch.
Giving your body to Blau makes me jealous. And Gilbert laughs at him. He's like, "What I do with him has nothing to do with my interest in you. And Gil laughs at him and laughs at him. And he also
He has such a good laugh.
he also like threw his shoe at him. They're also kind of physically violent with each other a little bit. It's not like really violent, but it's like, you guys didn't need to get physical. And then Gil's hand caresses Serge's face, the back of his hand. And then he tries to like force a kiss onto Serge. And Serge kind of resists, but
not enough.
and Gil's like, you want it. And so he kind of resists, and then Gilbert tries to kiss him again, and then they kiss for real. And Serge is, it's like intense, and Serge is like grabbing onto the curtain and like pulling it down.
In Japanese, that guy's name is Blow. It's bro.
Okay.
Bro. Blow.
My bro.
I wrote down here, they may as well be lesbians, because this is where I'm just like, they both just look like ladies.
Yeah.
I also wrote down that for anybody who hasn't seen this movie, you can picture this now. I thought Gilbert looked like Kate McKinnon. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like the short blonde hair.
I don't see it.
Okay. Well, anyway.
We're like young Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Okay.
Just a beautiful Farrah Fawcett type.
But like the hair is like short with like a poofy, like a fluffy thing in front, like fluffy bangs. Anyway.
No, let's spend 20 more minutes trying to narrow down the hairstyle. I think we should sit here and just Google image search until we figure it out.
And then like Serge could be like Demi Moore or something, like young Demi Moore, because he has like that short dark hair, but really pretty, like big striking eyes. I don't know.
Like younger Elliot Page.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Or like Ezra Miller.
I don't know who that is.
Ezra Miller, they are the Flash, but I don't think you saw that. They're in We Need to Talk About Kevin. You haven't seen that?
No.
Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Perks of Being a Wallflower.
No.
They're from Wyckoff.
Yeah.
New Jersey.
They're from Wyckoff, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay, I must know him from that.
You've probably seen them around.
Yeah, I've seen them from that.
They're from doing crimes in Hawaii, like getting into fights with women at bars.
Yes.
Okay.
Mercurial, much like Gilbert.
I don't know this person.
They are a voice in Invincible, but you don't see them.
No. All right. Anyway, so then
they
later
are non-Brarian. They are non-binary.
Non-Braille.
Non-Brian-y.
Anyway, so later, what's her?
They move on from the kid. They just like fade away from it.
Yeah.
You don't see like what else transpires.
I don't think they actually have sex.
I don't think they do either.
They just kiss a bunch, I think. Because then I think we see him leaving maybe. But then later, what's her name? Rosemarine.
Mm-hmm.
Rosemarine is a man, right?
No.
Oh, we talked about this before.
But they say they refer to them as a prince.
Do they?
And they're at an all-boys school.
Okay, that was my question.
Her name is Rosemarine.
That was my question. Because I was like, this, at first I thought, I was like, this is definitely a woman. And then I see these two boys who look like ladies and have lady voice actors. And I'm like, maybe Rosemarine is a boy.
Rosemarine, in the English Wikipedia, it's he.
Yeah.
Rosemarine's the last name and their first name is Arion. That's my mistake. I thought Rosemarine was a lady.
Well, you were wrong.
Fuck.
Rosemarine's the manliest man there is.
This is the I'm wrong sound.
Okay.
So
Rosemarine is a fancy lad then.
A beautiful lad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still want him to hit me with the stick. Fuck it.
It's got the bad guy in Berserk hair.
Griffith?
Yes.
Griffith is a very beautiful man.
Yes.
On the inside, he's not so nice.
No.
So he is in their room and, like fucking Sergei shows up to his own room expecting to see Gilbert or something and instead sees Rosemarine and Surge is like, where's Gil? And Rosemarine is like, I'm looking for Gil. I have a message for Gil. Oh, right. Yeah, this is where I write down the White Prince. Don't tell me Rosemarine is a boy too, because... And Rosemarine is like older. Is Rosemarine also a student?
No, Rosemarine's the superintendent.
So Rosemarine should not have, I think, a lady voice actor. I feel like that's just confusing.
Everyone is a beautiful...
I think maybe everyone that's like, maybe all... No, I don't know.
Here's the thing with the Bishonen genre in this work, from a bunch of the reading I've been doing, is it's like, they are effeminate lads, but it's also, they're sort of genderless. Or like
little femboys.
Like they kind of are non-binary in a way, because
but no one thinks of them as such in the show.
But the idea is, okay, to get into it.
If you're like a woman reader, you can see yourself as one of these characters.
Oh, okay.
Some people have said that it's like an idealized form of women for them, which I don't know if I agree with that. Of course, it's subjective. But what some people have written, some scholars on manga have said, is that it's like, instead of having this like existing male-female power dynamic, it's like they're both on equal footing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you depict sexual violence or anything, it's like you don't have to think about your own body as a woman, about like, I could get pregnant, I'm if I get married, my husband might be able to do this, or if there's war, I could be a victim of this. Instead, it's like two people who have like dominant and submissive positions in a relationship, but otherwise they are equal, and you're outside of the
even when
unfortunate gender dynamics.
Yeah, and I guess when they hit each other and stuff, you don't have to be like, oh, that's a man hitting a woman, which has like a stigma to it.
Yukari Fujimoto, scholar and writer, says that these scenes of sexual violence would be all too realistic if a woman were portrayed as a victim.
It would be harder to watch, harder to kind of get into the fantasy, maybe.
Interestingly, though, she also says that women are freed from the position as always being the one done to, and they're also able to take on the viewpoint of the doer. So they can be an onlooker and the victim, but they could also be the doer. They could understand maybe why people might do this kind of thing. Not to like, feel sympathy for assault.
You know what? They're right.
But just to be able to better associate with the story.
That's cool.
So it protects the readers from its raw pain by having them be these sort of like...
androgynous.
They're kind of the same gender, but they're androgynous.
Yeah. That's cool.
And the woman wouldn't have the position of power that Rosemarine has, like in that time, in that place.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know anything. But probably not. Yeah, an all-boys school is probably going to be men up top.
Yeah. So, so the message... So Gilbert shows up to Rosemarine's office and is like, oh, I heard you have a message for me. Give it to me. And Rosemarine has a letter from Auguste. Who I guess Gil loves because the way that he's acting is like he's in love with this person.
Auguste Beau.
So Gil takes the letter, he runs off to read it somewhere in the woods, and Serge is playing the piano somewhere, and he's playing very epic music, and Gil rips the letter, it upsets him, and then we see what Auguste wrote.
It's not even that bad, Gil.
He says that he won't be coming to pick him up for Christmas, or like over the holiday, and yeah, that's it, basically. It's like, we're not going to see each other.
But I'll see you later.
But I'll see you in the spring. He's like, because he can't leave Paris or wherever he is. Like, he's too busy. But he'll see him in the spring. And Gilbert is very upset by this. He rips up the letter.
And he goes to just have a bad time in the woods. He just walks around he
runs.
In pain, in heart pain.
He's so distraught.
Yeah.
So distraught as the classical music plays.
Auguste.
As the intense classical music plays. And Rosemarine is talking to a guy that we find out is Gilbert's legal guardian.
And that is Auguste, right?
Yes.
Oh, that is what I missed.
So Auguste is his legal guardian, and at first
I thought it was just like his long distance boyfriend.
Nope. And you think that it's his uncle, and technically,
Yeah, he does kind of say he's his guardian.
It technically is his uncle, but because his wife had an affair with her brother-in-law, that's also his dad.
What?
Auguste is his dad. His mom slept with her husband's brother.
But that's not explained in the movie.
No.
Okay, but he doesn't know that. Gilbert doesn't know that.
I don't know.
That's his
I don't think
dad.
he does.
But
I think he finds out at a certain point in the manga.
he's been used and abused by this guy since he was a kid.
Wow.
And I think Auguste being like, hey, I can't pick you up for Christmas is just part of his manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that's definitely part. But yeah, so we see this guy. We see him, this adult, talking to Rosemary, and I thought this was like his guardian, and maybe he wrote the letter, and Auguste didn't actually write that letter. Like, I thought that they were two different people.
I see. You thought he was just like lying to him.
I thought that was just like his, because we never see him. I thought it was like his long-term boyfriend that was probably the same age or maybe a little older. I guess a little older because he's working in Paris or whatever. And I thought that this guy either made up the letter or he told Auguste not to come or something because he was saying that like, okay, this pain will make him like work harder or something, like will make his art more.
That is what he starts to do as
something.
he gets older. Apparently he just like uses him disgustingly when he's younger, but then he starts to be like, he'll be a better like member of society and artist if he
experiences pain.
Yeah. He's a real piece of shit.
Wow, that changes the whole movie for me.
Yeah, I mean, just wait till I tell you what happens after this movie.
Hold on. We'll get there, I guess.
Listeners, I will not spoil it without giving you ample warning. Don't worry.
Okay. Oh yeah, and Serge is playing music for a serious old blonde man who was his father's piano teacher.
Yeah.
And he thinks the kid is talented, and he says that he wants to give him some more like lessons after the holidays or whatever. He's Professor Luch or Luce. Luke.
Lush. I don't know.
And then Gil runs into like some guy in the woods, and he just wants to be fucked.
Who was that guy?
I thought it was Blow.
Oh, was that Bloff? Bloof?
Yeah.
Bloff? Not Bloof.
Blue.
That's our friend.
Blow. Well, he's just like, hold me tight. I want you to break my bones. He's just like depressed, and he just
He wants rough sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at some point, instead of saying hold me, like he says to Serge, like, do you know what it's like to really be held? And then he describes basically being kissed and caressed and basically having sex. And that kind of shows that like Gilbert only really knows sex as like comfort. He does not realize like you can platonically and familially just be loved and cared for. He's like, no, it has to be sex. And I think some of that is because of the incest as well.
Yeah.
Now this is sad. I liked it better when I didn't know that about August.
Sorry.
I didn't know August was that old guy.
So Serge is getting great news and Gilbert is getting bad news.
Yeah. Well, Gilbert is getting fucked and slapped around because he asked. He's like.
So
fuck
is
me,
Blow
like,
trying to have sex with him out in the snow? I thought he was just trying to restrain him because he's acting crazy.
I feel like it's a little bit of
A
both.
little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, and Gilbert is like, use more force. He's like, come on, harder, like more force.
Because he's trying to numb himself from like the disappointment.
He's like, I don't care if you kill me. Like, it's
Yeah.
like, just fuck me till I die.
It's crazy.
Rip me to pieces.
And then doesn't his body like as just stylization doesn't look like there's like an animation of his clothes like breaking apart and he's just like naked floating in space for a second.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
And does this scene take place? It's like interspersed with shots of a mass, right?
Yes. Well, it's funny because he's
because they're
being,
going
like,
to church for
when
Christmas.
he's like being subdued by Blow out in the woods, they briefly cut to the mass and they're like, and then he died and suffered, and then he was brought back. I thought for a minute they were like just abruptly being like, and then Gilbert died, but they were talking about Jesus, our Lord and Savior.
Is this similar to like the Godfather baptism?
Yes,
Okay.
I think actually this is where it came from, even though it was 9 years later. I think The Godfather got it from this.
Okay.
Maybe they read the comic. Nope, still doesn't work.
So yeah, I think that's just like a holiday mass because then everybody goes off to like Christmas break, and Serge wants to stay and study, and he wants to learn from whatever that guy's name I said.
Yeah, because he starts
Luch.
lesson soon, and he hints that he doesn't have a good relation with his relatives in Paris.
Right. Yeah, and then he says, actually, the real reason is I didn't want to go hang out with my parents and be with my extended family and stuff in Paris. And then he goes back to his room and he sees Gil and he's like, Gil, where were you? You weren't at mass. And Gil is naked on the bed. And he's acting a little weird because he's depressed. And so Serge is like...
Probably has some kind of fucking frostbite or some cold disease.
Well, Serge is like, I'm going to go get Professor Watts. You seem like you're sick. So it's like he thinks he wants to like help him again. But Gil gets up and he's naked and he hugs Serge naked. And he's like, hold me, help me, sleep with me tonight. I beg you. And Serge is like, I can't do that. And then I think Gil throws up in his own bed or something.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe not. But anyway,
He ends up in Serge's bed, all bundled up.
Gilbert ends up in Serge's bed. And he's kind of annoyed at Serge. Gilbert is like, if you won't be close to me, then there's nothing you can do. That's the only that's what he wants. He just wants someone to hold him all night or whatever.
But I think he also does want sex out of it, and Serge knows that he doesn't just want to cuddle.
Yeah. And then Serge eventually is just like, all right, fine. I'll sleep in bed with you. But that's it. We're just going to sleep.
Heard this before.
And Gilbert is like, take off your clothes. And he's like, I won't do anything, I swear. So that's what Gilbert says. He's not going to do anything. We're just going to hug all night naked. And so they sleep together, sleeping. Gil is kind of on top of Serge, holding him like with his arms around his neck and like on top of him, like laying on his chest. And their dicks are definitely touching. They're completely naked.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And we get like Serge's perspective, and it's like, I feel him, and our hearts are beating as one.
Yeah, he's like, is that my heartbeat or his?
Yeah, our hearts are beating as one. I'm like, he's like falling for him. And then we get kind of like a flash forward, I guess, where Serge is wearing a top hat and he's thinking about Gilbert. He's like floating up in the woods. He's like floating. His body's like floating. And he says something poetic like, Gil, you were the wind in my branches. You were this, you were that. Like, something about like those who remember the good old days of their youth and like reminiscing about being young and in love or whatever.
Or whatever
they were.
It was, just trust us. The poetry is nice, but we just don't remember it.
Yeah. It's like the poetry and then like the nature like around it. And it's just like very pretty. And the classical music, it just makes it all very pretty. But I don't like it as much knowing about the August plot. Auguste.
Yeah, doesn't it just kind of end?
It does.
It ends there.
They do show a shot of Gilbert jumping in front of a carriage. Right?
They do?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Because I read ahead and there's a plot point involving that.
Okay.
Jackie, do you want to know what happens in like a lot of the rest of this manga or no?
Is it sad?
Yeah.
Why? Why does it have to be? Why can't you just have a nice story about boys who want to kiss?
Well, for one thing, if this is set in the 1880s, I think a lot of sad shit just happened to people.
Yeah, especially queer people.
Queer people.
But why would you put that in your story? It doesn't have to be realistic.
It's good to feel things. What does Nicole Kidman always say? Even heartbreak feels good in a place like this. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
By the way, are you guys as annoyed as I am with Nicole Kidman and her Aussie accent that whole time, except when she goes AMC, we make theaters better? She puts an R right at the
She's
end.
lived in this country for a long time.
No.
It's bullshit. They made her put the R there.
They do. I think they're like, take that again and actually pronounce it like American. We don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Every other time in the rest of the fucking ad, she's saying like in the theater.
No, there were a couple of other. I think there's another word there that she says like the American
I don't like the
way.
hard R's out of the Australians. I don't like it.
So what else? What happens next, Mark?
All right, listeners, if you are curious about this manga, go read it and don't listen to me. Don't listen. I'm gonna say spoilers, okay? You can put down your dumbbells, reach over to your phone and turn it off now. So Serge and Gil do end up getting together.
Yeah.
There's also Serge at some point dates women, and that's Pascal Biquet's contribution. He's like the straightest boy of all of Serge's friends.
I thought you said Serge dates women.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Serge at some point does briefly date women.
How is that Pascal's contribution?
The Wikipedia says that Pascal introduces women to
Okay.
Serge, either as a concept or specifically. They are together, and then I don't remember why, but somehow Gilbert ends up getting separated, and he's like kidnapped, and he's forced to do drugs, does opium, and he's just like passed around as a prostitute.
Serge?
Gilbert.
Oh, Gilbert.
Sorry. Gilbert is
Okay.
forced to do opium and is just passed around doing sex. And then he gets crushed by the wheels of a carriage
Whoa.
and dies. But his like
Aw.
last words are about Serge
Oh.
and him coming back to him or something.
And that's how it ends?
I don't know if it ends like right there. And the manga author did write like a follow-up / side story, maybe about other characters later. And someone else wrote a sequel manga in the 90s, but like who cares?
Sad.
Yeah. Oh, and it also, I think, details that even his uncle / dad, Auguste, they also detailed that he was abused. So there's a lot of like cycle of abuse
Yeah.
going on here. I was just reading someone's blog. They said something like, I don't like that it depicts that gay people all have abuse and blah, blah, blah. But like, I don't know. Serge is like at least bisexual or gay, and he doesn't have any of that stuff.
That's true.
He just has to see a hot boy.
Seems like an upstanding citizen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good at piano and whatnot.
Yeah, I think if anything, it just highlights the dangers of abuse, and that's the fun double-sided thing about Gilbert is that he is manipulative
Mm-hmm.
and he can be an asshole.
And
But
he gets what he wants and stuff. Then also he can be a victim. I don't like that as much.
Can you read that letterboxed review or whatever?
yeah, so user Merit K, who has seen a lot of 80s schlock stuff that I enjoy, wrote one of the top reviews for this, 3.5 stars and a heart. What if there was an evil little slut at the French boarding school? Well, I think it would go a little something like this. And then the reply, and they wrote that 4 years ago, and then a reply from a month ago. Maybe don't call a sexually abused child an evil little slut. And Merritt wrote back, sorry for disrespecting the drawing,
The drawing.
which I think is the best way to answer that, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then there's also someone else who gave it 4.5 stars, Max, and they said, masterpiece. Yes, we are gay and traumatized. Yes, we are highly unlikable and tempestuous. And yes, we are staring you in the eyes and daring you to love us.
Aw.
Happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride, sad Pride, sorry.
Pride.
But
this
it's
was a great watch, though.
Yeah.
I think
It's cool.
it was it was pretty transgressive at the time too, right?
Yeah. I think that's why we don't have a high quality rip of this and why we have not
Yeah.
seen it readapted. I think it would be a very compelling TV show. You could do
Mm.
30
Yes.
episodes and it would be fascinating, but
Mm.
and you could even do live action, but I think people would be uncomfortable seeing 14-year-olds naked all the time and stuff. But I think that was a reality of this time. It still is a reality in places in the world. And
14-year-olds have sex.
yeah, and it speaks to the nature of which that can also be abused, you know?
Yeah.
And and it is also to a degree about relationships and their adolescence and trying to figure themselves out.
It's true.
But then there are also these pitfalls of
Yeah.
adults, older people taking advantage of you.
Yeah, but this was a really complicated and like sort of challenging thing to watch.
Yeah, you're welcome. The author, she wrote something interesting, but I feel like it's not quite translated clearly. She wrote, I wanted to tell women what sex was without veiling it, including bad things as well as good things. Drawing sex as an important theme in relation to propriety, which is like things being moral and good, propriety. So it seems naturally acceptable to draw sex as like something moral and good. But sex involves an issue of power. From the old days, during war, men used to rape women of an enemy country. In order to understand such circumstances surrounding women in these peaceful days, women should think directly about sex without fear, not just about sex with fear. I thought the most important issue for women was sex, so I tried to imagine how I could convey the message directly to women. So I don't understand what she means when she says women should think directly about sex without fear. Does she mean like sex without fear is a concept, or does she mean they should think about sex without fearing it?
Needs a comma somewhere.
Don't
in there.
know. But I think that other people are onto something by saying that it's like you can talk to women about sex by showing two effeminate, gender transgressing characters, boys.
Mm-hmm.
So they can look at it more directly without having to identify with the woman who would be on the submissive side, the powerless side, who's got way more at stake from sexual relationships than men.
Yeah.
It's an interesting watch. And like I said, it's it's supposed to be like this leap forward in shoujo manga of like, let's not just do stories that are, sort of soft and sweet all the time. Let's do stuff with heavy themes that depict reality or make you think and feel much, much harder.
Yeah. This has been a cool dive into queer media.
Yeah.
Let's go back to dumb jock stuff now.
Yeah. I'm going to watch all of Slam Dunk. Yeah. But definitely, I think next year I'm very curious about Dear Brother. It's girls at an all-girls boarding school.
Mm.
And I think it's girls being shitty to each other, which is fun. Yeah, I think next week we're going to watch Akagi, which is on Crunchyroll. It is about mahjong, Japanese mahjong, based on a manga by the same guy who did Kaiji. So you don't really need to know the rules of mahjong to enjoy it, but you might enjoy it because mahjong is cool. So you could learn it by playing Mahjong Soul. It's free. It's a gacha game, but it's free and it's got a pretty good tutorial. And yeah, Kaiji, sure, you understand rock, paper, scissors is easier to get into, but Akagi, I don't know, I really like Akagi. Plus that theme song fucking rips.
Can't wait.
So we'll talk about that. Miles has dipped his toe into Mahjong world.
Yeah, now I know a little bit about Mahjong.
Filipino
Mahjong specifically.
And because I installed the Mahjong app that he and M are on, I have learned tiny bits of Tagalog in the last hour, 2 hours. And I think, do I still remember, is it Susunod is next? Yeah.
Pretty good.
Susunod. But that is really it. Is it Malanang? Melanang? How do you say name? Like when it asks me what my name is.
Pangalan?
Ah, fuck, I don't know, man. Shit, it's over. But yeah, we're gonna get Mahjong and M, and we're gonna get Mahjong and M into Miles.
Mahjong
into Japanese Miles. Oh, Jackie's done.
I'm done. I'm asleep. I can't.
Jackie's done.
I can't.
She's spent. Okay, thanks for listening, everybody. Let us know what queer anime or manga we missed. I'm sure there's a ton.
And we'll do it next year.
We'll do it next year, unless it's really good. Then we don't have to wait for Pride.
I feel like we're gonna run out of the good ones.
It's true.
That is kind of
we kind of have to save them.
Yeah. Let us know what other themed months we should do. Hopefully in the fall we can do well, no, we can't really.
We're doing anything. Miles month.
We're doing fall. All Miles months. So figure out what Miles wants to watch. Is it going to be a jock podcast? Maybe. Maybe. Hopefully. No, I don't know what I hope for JoJo. Follow us YouTube. I put the Utena episode on YouTube. So, that'll help with discoverability if we get some kind of foothold on YouTube. So we're JoJo's Bizarre Podcast there. You can follow us on Threads and Blue Sky. We are JJB Pod there. Join the Discord. Why not? It's in the description of this podcast episode. And feel free to write emails of long thoughts to jojosbizarrepod@gmail.com. Happy Pride, everybody, and we'll talk to you next month. When
Goodbye.
It's all Mahjong.
Bye.
Just kidding. Bye.